Good morning, boys and girls. So, students, I am Albert Sir and I will be teaching you English. Today, we will take up chapter 1, The Portrait of a Lady. Now, boys and girls, English is very easy. It isn't difficult at all. Only the thing that you need is to give it some time. I know time is very precious since you are now in class 11th, all of you. There will be many students, there are in fact many students who know me very well. There are a few who are new students. But boys and girls, you need not have to worry since I am going to teach you. I will be explaining you the chapter in English as well as I'll use a certain words to explain in Hindi, which will make it easier for you to understand. So, the first chapter, The Portrait of a Lady, is written by Kushwant Singh. And this lady that you can see on your mobile screen is Kushwant Singh, his grandmother. Okay? So, we will be reading about this chapter. Let's see. Here we begin with the chapter. You would find some sketches, some cartoon sketches, which will help us to understand the chapter very well. So, this is just the gist of the chapter. This isn't a chapter. So, I'll just read this. People said that she had once been young and pretty and had even had a husband. But that was hard to believe. Now, here, Kushwant Singh is talking about her grandmother, and he's saying there are many people around him who told him that his grandmother, once upon a time, was young and very beautiful, and she was married and also had a husband. But since Kushwant Singh had grown up, when he got senses to understand the people around him, he always saw his grandmother look very old, and he did not see his grandfather, means grandmother's husband was not there. So for him it was very difficult to realize that she was beautiful once upon a time and had a husband. She was young, pretty. My grandmother, like everybody's grandmother, was an old woman. She had been old and wrinkled. Wrinkled over here, you could see on your mobile screens, having lines or folds. You know, at an age, after a certain age, on your face, and then slowly your entire body started to wrinkle. The skin gets loose, and there are certain lines which you could find on your skin. Now look at your parents. Once upon a time, your mother and your father, before they could get married, they were so beautiful, face so fresh, like a baby. The baby doesn't have wrinkles on the face. But now look at them. Since now you have grown up, many of you would find your parents' face having slight wrinkles, and later on this will increase as they get older and older. And we all have to go through this process of life one day. So you all know what is wrinkle. Okay, having lines or folds, जिसको आप हिंदी में झुर्रियाँ कहते हो, चेहरे पे झुर्रियाँ पड़ जाना, जिसके लिए ladies run to the parlor to look young and beautiful always, and men's just don't care. They don't bother, except a few. For 20 years that I had known her, as you can see here, Kushwant Singh is telling from last 20 years, he is almost 20 years now, I could see her looking exactly same, always old, same. My grandfather's portrait hung above the mantelpiece in the drawing room. So you can see there is a picture of the mantle, okay, where you burn the firewood. This you will probably find in the very old mason, जो अंग्रेजों के ज़माने के मकान हुआ करते थे, घर, उनमें इस तरीके का एक ड्राइंग रूम में बैठक का जो कमरा था उसमें बना दिया जाता था. आग जलती थी क्योंकि उस समय एसी नहीं था कमरे को गर्म रखने के लिए ठंड के सीजन में. So there was a mantelpiece. Now here he is saying, you can see there are certain items, certain things which are kept on the mantelpiece. Candle stand right in the center with red and green, maybe some fruits, a flower pot, a bottle of wine, and a small chalice, a glass to drink wine. Now all these things are basically found in a place where there is very cold. Okay, so this is, all these things are kept here. We keep fruits either on the table or in the refrigerator, but in the cold season, cold places, you do not have a refrigerator. Of course, you can keep your fruit either on the mantelpiece or on the dining table. Okay, on the dining table. Now here he is saying his grandfather's portrait of photograph is hanging on the wall just above this particular mantel place. In the drawing room, he wore a big turban. As you can see, he is wearing a big orange colored turban in the photograph, and loose fitting clothes. Old people love to wear loose clothes, and in the olden days wearing very loose clothes was fashion, but certainly now you could find boys and girls wearing clothes which are skin tight. I don't know, they might be comfortable, but I feel very odd, and certainly I cannot carry myself in those tight clothes. His long white beard, because he was an old man, and you know the Sardars, you all know, usually they do not cut their beard or hair, so they grow long as time passes. So he had a long beard, and the beard according to time had turned grey in color. Here it is white. So we actually जिनके बाल वाइट हो जाते हैं तो हम उसको एक्चुअली कहते हैं ग्रेइंग ऑफ द हेयर. इंग्लिश में ग्रेइंग ऑफ द हेयर, वी डू नॉट यूज द वर्ड वाइट. ओके, सो यहाँ पर वाइट बियर्ड लिखा है. कवर द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ हिज चेस्ट. बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ हिज चेस्ट मतलब जो उनका चेस्ट था उनके दादाजी का. ही वॉज सो स्ट्रॉन्ग एंड वेल बिल्ट, अच्छी बॉडी थी उस एज में भी, और उनका जो चेस्ट था वो नहीं दिखाई दे रहा था क्योंकि उनकी जो दाढ़ी थी वो कवर कर देती थी. कवर द बेस्ट पार्ट ऑफ हिज चेस्ट एंड ही लुक्ड एट लीस्ट 100 years old. और वो खुशवंत सिंह को फोटोग्राफ में लगभग 100 साल के लग रहे हैं. उन्हें लग रहा है जब मेरे दादाजी 100 साल के हो गए थे, शायद उसके बाद ही उनकी डेथ हुई है. और वो फोटोग्राफ जो है वो उनके 100 साल होने के बाद ही शायद वहाँ लगाया गया हुआ है, ठीक है. सो दिस इज़ वॉट ही इज़ एक्चुअली टॉकिंग अबाउट. नाउ he did not look the sort type of person who would have a wife or children. तो दादाजी को ऐसे देख के नहीं लग रहा है कि वो इस प्रकार के होंगे. सॉर्ट मतलब प्रकार, टाइप, ओके, कि उनकी बीवी बच्चे भी होंगे, बिकॉज ही वॉज सो ओल्ड. और खुशवंत सिंह को लगता था कि शायद उनके दादाजी और दादी जी कभी यंग और स्मार्ट, हैंडसम, ब्यूटीफुल नहीं होंगे. He looked as if he could only have lots and lots of grandchildren. तो वो कह रहा है दादाजी को देख के लग रहा था कि वो बहुत ही बूढ़े हैं और वो कभी जवान नहीं होंगे, कि उनके कभी बच्चे होंगे. मगर हाँ, उनको देख के लग रहा है कि वो हमेशा ऐसे दिखते होंगे कि वो उनके केवल पोते पर पोते ही होंगे. उन्होंने कभी ये सोचा नहीं होगा कि कभी वो जवान होंगे और उनके अपने बच्चे होंगे. मगर हाँ, उनको जब खुशवंत सिंह ने देखा, when Kushwant Singh saw him, he always felt that this man, my grandmother and my grandfather basically, were always looking old. And they could not have their own children. But yes, looking at them, he could feel, yes, they would have grandchildren. Because Kushwant Singh, of course, was already one of the grandchild of the grandparents. Lots and lots, यहाँ पर बताते हैं कि many, बहुत सारे, lots and lots of grandchildren. As you can see, we can see in the picture showing 3 children. That means lots and lots, बहुत सारे. As for my grandmother, अब grandfather को तो वो कह रहे हैं कि हमेशा वो मुझे old ही लगते थे, कि कभी उनके अपने बच्चे भी होंगे. हाँ, देख के लगता है कि बहुत सारे नाती पोते होंगे. अब दादी के बारे में, as for my grandmother, being young and pretty, the thought was almost revolting. वो कह रहा है अगर मैं अपनी दादी के बारे में सोचूं कि वो कभी खूबसूरत और जवान हुआ करती थी, तो मेरा मन मुझसे ही युद्ध, लड़ाई करने लगा, झगड़ने लगा. नहीं, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. मगर ऐसा कभी होता है? ऑफ कोर्स, अगर आज जो बूढ़ा है वो किसी न किसी ज़माने में खूबसूरत होगा, जवान होगा. यहाँ पर आप पिक्चर में देख सकते हो, यू कैन सी इन द पिक्चर द ग्रैंड मदर स्टैंडिंग and looking into the mirror, and in the mirror there is a beautiful young lady which is reflecting the grandmother. Okay, so this is just for us to actually look and understand. It was very hard for the author to believe. So हमारा ऑथर कौन है? खुशवंत सिंह. उसके लिए ये मतलब यकीन कर लेना कि दादी माँ, जिसको मैं 20 साल से देख रहा हूँ और वो बिल्कुल मुझे वैसे ही दिख रही है, बूढ़ी, वो क्या कभी किसी ज़माने में जवान और खूबसूरत होती थी? नामुमकिन है. That is what actually was coming in his mind. She often told us of the games she used to play as a child. और दादी अक्सर खुशवंत सिंह को ये बताती थी कि वो जब वो छोटी थी, जवान हुआ करती थी, तो वो ये कुछ खेल खेला करती थी. मगर खुशवंत सिंह जब भी उसकी दादी की तरफ देखता था, whenever he looked at his grandmother, he said, ये और जवान नामुमकिन है. तो क्योंकि उसने जब से होश संभाला, उसने अपनी दादी को हमेशा पिछले 20 साल से इसी रूप में देखा, बुढ़ी, wrinkled. और उसकी नज़र में वो बिल्कुल ना, वो बहुत मतलब 20 साल में और बुढ़ी भी नहीं हुई और ना वो उसको लगा कि वो कभी जवान थी. हमेशा वो ऐसे ही दिखती थी जैसे उसने उसको पिछले 20 साल में देखा. ओके, सो दैट इज़ वॉट यू कैन सी. एज फॉर माई ग्रैंड मदर बींग यंग एंड प्रिटी, द थॉट वॉज ऑलमोस्ट रिवोल्टिंग. तो वो 20 साल अब यहाँ लिखा हुआ है, उसने हमेशा से देखा. ठीक है, तो आज हम केवल यहाँ तक करेंगे. दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे, क्योंकि आज हमारा पहला दिन है. इट्स एन इंट्रोडक्टरी डे. So boys and girls, today we are going to be reading till only here. Thank you so much for giving your precious time and listening to me. I would like all of you to read this, whatever we have done today, again and again. Try to understand, look at the meanings either on the net or if you have a dictionary at home. So please do not give me a call because I am very busy. I do not attend calls. You can drop me a message whenever I have time. I will get back to you with the message. So मैं एक बार फिर से बता दूं कि प्लीज़ आप अपना मुझे कॉल बिल्कुल मत कीजिएगा, क्योंकि मैं कॉल नहीं अटेंड करता हूं. आप अपना कीमती वक्त अननेसेसरी बर्बाद करोगे. हाँ, आप मुझे मैसेज पर्सनली लिख के भेज सकते हो अपने नाम के साथ, ताकि मुझे पता रहे कि ये लड़का है कि लड़की है, क्या नाम है. तब आप जो भी मुझसे पूछोगे मैं आपको जवाब दूंगा जैसे मुझे वक्त मिलता है. Because I stay all alone and I'm very busy, I have a lot of work. Okay guys, so we'll continue. In my next class I'll continue the chapter. और मुझे पूरा यकीन है कि आज जो मैंने आपको समझाया है जहाँ तक आपको समझ में आया होगा, क्योंकि I am using both the language Hindi and English for you, so it becomes easier for you to understand. But I would always like you to read, understand and speak in English only. Is it clear? Good. So stay at home, be safe. Do not go out unnecessary. Okay? That's all for today. Bye bye for now.